This is not what American families give a damn about.
Just to be clear,
they just don't.
We do know.
People like me who
on
want
behalf
justice,
of the majority of Americans,
and I want to know how many of those people are in our government.
I don't know about
poop
that.
about this.
But Trump lives and dies on his base,
Yeah.
and the base right now is they're unsteady.
I don't know.
So Kevin O'Leary went on Abby Phillip's CNN show, and let's just say it was embarrassing to watch. The moment the Epstein files came up, instead of addressing the facts, Kevin started waffling all over the place, acting like it wasn't important. Let's be real. This is the same playbook Trump uses. Distract, deflect, and downplay whenever Epstein's name comes up because they don't want the spotlight anywhere near them. O'Leary wasn't debating, he was straight up defending Trump with every excuse possible. Make sure you watch until the end because it gets pretty telling when you see just how far O'Leary is willing to go to shield Trump from accountability.
What they care about, look at the American economy right now. A lot of people had a lot of mistrust on the tariff issue. Economy's on fire. Indexes all-time highs. Every country on earth wants to cut a deal with America. The average person at the kitchen table is not worrying about Epstein. Don't give a damn. They want to provide for their family, and they are. America's working.
So
this is the American.
So hold on. Let me just say,
working.
Jerome Powell just announced that he's going to hold off on cutting interest rates again
Who
because
cares?
of the tariffs, and we've already started to see
we
the
have
inflationary pressures.
We have a lot
associated with
more
those
on the
tariffs.
economy later in the show, but just one thing that you said, Kevin, that I think is.
Epstein's alive?
No. There are two aspects of it. I mean, I think on the one hand, I think you're right that it's kind of like a niche interest here, this Epstein thing, but the niche is Trump's base, people in Trump's base. But secondly, on the broader picture of what is happening in the country and how do Americans feel about it, CBS YouGov poll asked, how do you think things are going here in this country? 61% said very or somewhat badly. That's not exactly a great indictment of the Trump economy. And then on top of that, to what I was saying earlier, on the Epstein files, this is what Republicans want. 83% want the files released. So I think both of those things is part of why Trump is having a hard time right
Abby,
now.
I hope they release them. He'll still be dead.
Yeah. He will still be dead.
He's going to be dead for a long time.
But Trump lives and dies on his base.
Yeah.
And the base right now is they're unsteady.
I don't understand why he hasn't released the files, as he said. It's one of the reasons I believe that they released today the files on Martin Luther King Jr., because now he's able to show, hey, look, I told you I was going to release the MLK file, the JFK file, and also the Epstein file. It's going to take a little bit of time. I don't know the reason why. Personally, I don't think people are going to find Donald in that file as much as they think that they're going to. That's just my personal opinion, kind of knowing him for a decade and a half. Nevertheless, I want to see the file. I'm sick and tired of all of the conspiracy theories that are popping up. If you are a detractor, yeah, he's guilty of something. If you are a supporter, he didn't do anything. This is all nonsense. How about just put the documents in front of the American people, release it, and let us then examine the documents, as we call it in law, documentary evidence. It'll speak for itself instead of listening to all the nonsense.
I would love for them to release the files. I am not at all in Trump's base. However, I care deeply about it because I'm not going to buy this argument that like these young girls were raped by what? By what? Did they rape themselves? No, they got raped by people who are in powerful positions. And I want to know how many of those individuals are currently serving in our government in some role or the other.
American awake for 18 hours a day. How many minutes do you think they spend worrying about this stuff? Maybe they were raped, maybe they weren't. This is not what American families give a damn about.
Just to be clear,
they just don't.
We do know
know
that there were victims, so that's not speculative.
We do know that there were victims. And the thing is, people can compartmentalize, right? And the reason why people care about this a lot, not just because of the very real Jeffrey Epstein sex trafficking and the crimes that were committed, it is the fact that Donald Trump himself spent years, him and his allies, promised their base, we are going to deliver the Epstein client list that's going to take down all of your Democratic enemies.
Bring it.
Yeah, well, yes,
Nobody
bring it. Donald,
poop.
please. Donald,
Nobody
bring
gives
it.
a poop.
You don't give a poop, okay?
The
Other
polling
people do,
indicates-
including people like me who want justice, and I want to know how many of those people are in our government.
I don't know about
poop
that. The poll
about
seems
this.
to show something.
No, Kevin, we do care about this. Let's not pretend otherwise. Nobody was louder about Epstein than the right before the election. His fans, his allies, the whole ecosystem couldn't shut up about it. Every podcast, every rally, every casual conversation, it was all Epstein this, Epstein that. They made it sound like the client list was the holy grail that was going to take down all their enemies. Fast forward to now, and suddenly the line is, "Oh, nobody at the kitchen table cares about Epstein." Really? That's the pivot? That's the excuse? Here's what bothers me. The same people who shoved this in everyone's face every single day now act like it doesn't matter. And instead of just admitting, yeah, maybe we overhyped it, they get defensive. If they stayed quiet, took the L, and moved on, I could at least respect that. But no, they double down, they shield Trump, and they act like the whole topic is suddenly beneath them. It's shameless. 8 months ago, they swore this was the most important thing in the world. Now, they just recycle the same tired talking points the president uses. And Kevin, he doesn't even try to hide it. He literally parrots the exact excuses we've already heard from the top. Just watch this clip. It says everything.
Why do you think your supporters in particular have been so interested in the Epstein story and so upset about how it's been handled? Why do you think that is?
Why they would be so interested. He's dead for a long time. He was never a big factor in terms of life. I don't understand what the interest of what the fascination is, but I don't understand why the Jeffrey Epstein case would be of interest to anybody. It's pretty boring stuff. It's sordid, but it's boring.
After watching that video back, it's obvious. Kevin and Trump sound almost identical. Kevin basically learned straight from his president. It's the same script. Oh, this is boring. Oh, why are you making it such a big case? Oh, it's not important at all. You guys see the pattern, right? It's like when a little brother copies the big brother's excuses word for word. Big brother gets caught and says, "It wasn't me. Nobody cares. Not a big deal." Then the little brother gets caught later and repeats the exact same thing. It's lazy, it's transparent, and everyone can see through it. That's exactly what's happening here. Instead of answering the question, instead of owning up to the hype they created, they just recycle the same dismissive lines from the top. And the sad part, their base eats it up like it's original, when in reality it's nothing more than hand-me-down excuses.
The polls
A lot of Republicans do. I mean, look, on the MLK files, I mean, it's interesting because the family did not want this released in this way. And Bernice King, Dr. King's daughter, posted this on X not just a little while ago. Now do the Epstein files, as she says, with a photo of her father, because, you know, Trump's argument on the Epstein files is that, oh, you know, people might get hurt by what's in this. He didn't seem to be that concerned about that when it came to the MLK files.
No, but Abby, they did warn the family that these things are coming down the pipeline and it's going to be released tomorrow. Aveda King came out in support of this.
Right, but she's a Trump supporter.
She is a Trump supporter, but she was pure, like, yeah, transparency all day long. Let's go. So, you know, so maybe the family split on this idea that these files are going to get released. Ultimately, I do want to know, you know, who killed, or, well, we know who killed him.
Listen, I'm not suggesting that it should remain secret forever, because there was a date by which this would be released, but the timing of this very moment, I think her implication here is that it is being used as a tool to distract.
Everything in politics is used as a tool. I mean, we have to be honest with it.
Yeah.
For example, they turn around, they show this photo of Donald Trump's birthday card to Jeffrey Epstein. Is that not being used as a tool? Again, if you are a Trump supporter, you're saying, what does it mean? It has nothing to do with it. There's no evidence, there's no criminality. If you're a detractor, yeah, this just goes and it shows proof positive that Donald Trump was somehow involved in this thing. You know, I keep saying, and people get angry at me, oh, why are you taking a knee? Why are you kissing Donald's ring? No, I'm not. I'm not defending him. I'm stating a fact that in the decade and a half that I was by the man's side, I never saw him doodle once. He's just not a doodler. I write on the paper.
I mean, we've been through this.
He didn't write it.
There are a lot of images that Donald Trump drew.
And none of those were drawn by him, by the way.
So who drew them?
I won't say, but I have two
All right, so
guesses,
that's some news here that he auctioned off photos that he signed as his images that he did not draw.
Well, a lot of artists, I guess.
Okay.
I'm just being
Worst
clear.
case scenario,
but the
all
other,
this stuff's true. Does that in any way affect the American economy or what's going on with
There's more to life than the
listen,
American economy. There's justice and the fact that we might have pedophiles serving in our government right now.
Why is Kevin so locked in on the economy? Everything with him comes back to money. And sure, we're living in a world where money matters, but it's not the only measure of a life well lived. That's where Kevin really shows who he is, a money-only guy. Just look at that tweet he put out. He literally said you can lose your wife, lose your dog, even have your own mother hate you, but none of that matters as long as you achieve success. That tells you everything about his mindset. To him, success equals money, and money equals freedom. But here's the thing, that's not real success. Real success is being a whole human being. It's about keeping your integrity, building relationships, and being remembered for the kind of person you were, not the size of your bank account. Because let's be honest, when you're on your deathbed, no one is going to read out your stock portfolio. They'll remember how you treated people. And this is exactly why Kevin keeps brushing off the Epstein files. Justice doesn't pay dividends in his world. Human dignity doesn't move the stock market. So he falls back on the same tired line. The economy's on fire. Who cares about anything else? But people can care about both, paying their bills and holding powerful men accountable. Kevin reduces life to a balance sheet, but life isn't a business transaction. You don't get to write off your failures as a human being just because the numbers look good. Success without humanity is nothing but an empty suit.
Oh my
speak.
goodness,
That's the problem.
horrible.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, what people care about is how to feed their families and how the economy grows and take care of their futures. This stuff is poop on a stick. Nobody gives. I got to stop.
If we want to talk economy, which we will,
We should.
what is Trump
That's what
doing
matters.
other than providing absolute uncertainty, injecting all of this into the market? We have the bond markets here, trying to wonder whether or not the debt that's coming from the
Epstein,
big, beautiful
dead guy
bill.
matters? No, he's dead.
The value of
Tell that to his
value
He'll
of
be
the
dead
dollar
tomorrow
went
morning.
down
I
like
guarantee he's
10%.
dead tomorrow morning.
Tell that to the victims in his
Come to the
base.
victims.
Okay,
It's his base
every-
that cares.
It's his base that actually
It's his
wants
base
it,
that wants
even
it.
more than the Democrats. See, now what happens is the base is screaming for the documents. They're not getting it. All of a sudden, the Democrats, of course, are jumping into it and saying, hey, release it, release it, release it. And then the Republicans are now all on message saying the same thing, which is, well, you never wanted it before. Now all of a sudden you want it now. How about just do the right thing, do the easy thing, and then just release the file?
It's coming.
One quick thing for you, Michael. I mean, Trump sometimes overreacts to things like this. You don't think that the files probably have that much to do with Trump. Is he overreacting?
You know, I think he's getting bad advice from people that are within his circle. They're probably feeding to him, hey, you know, this could be damaging in this way. I believe he should just release the files, put an end to the conspiracy theories around it, and then let's just all move on.
Agreed.
Agreed.
Well, there you go.
Agreed.
The old person.
There you go. That's an agreement.
Here's what I think a lot of people are missing. Most folks on the right do want to see what's in those Epstein files. This isn't some fringe curiosity. Poll after poll showed a massive majority of Republicans said, yes, they want the truth. That alone tells you everything. People care. They want clarity. They want transparency. But here's the twist. The moment Trump and his defenders started calling it boring, saying, families don't talk about this at the dinner table, suddenly the outrage disappeared. Overnight, the same people who made this their #1 talking point act like it doesn't matter anymore. And let's be real, it's not because they stopped caring. It's because they decided loyalty to the president matters more than consistency. The second he dismissed it, they adopted his new line as if they'd believed it all along. That's not principle, that's obedience. Think about it. For years, this was the right's rallying cry. The big reveal, the truth bomb that was supposed to take down the so-called corrupt elite. Social media, podcasts, rallies, it was everywhere. But the second their guy flips, suddenly it's nothing but a distraction. That's not coincidence, that's conditioning. And that's what makes this bigger than just the files. It's a pattern. The leader says, this is the most important thing, and the base screams it from the rooftops. Then he turns around and says, actually, it's not important, and they swallow it whole. They never cared about the principle. They cared about following the man. Now, I still believe deep down, a lot of conservatives do want answers. They just know disagreeing with Trump isn't allowed in the current culture of loyalty. So instead, they stay quiet, swallow their doubts, and parrot whatever line comes down from the top. But let me ask you, do you think people on the right truly stopped caring, or are they just staying silent? Drop a comment below. I want to hear what you think.